What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a brand new conversion kit has just dropped for the Haymaker in Modern Warfare 3, and I gotta be honest with you guys. I was a tad bit concerned because I didn't really know what they were going to do with a shotgun, to be honest with you, when it comes to a conversion kit. I couldn't really think of anything insane. But boy, let me tell you, after finally testing it out, getting some gameplay with it, enjoying it, man. Guys, this thing is definitely worth unlocking, and we're going to dive deep in this video on what it's all about. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, before we go ahead and actually get into the topic, if you guys are interested in more content just like this, we do indeed post here daily at 8 in the morning Eastern time. And of course, sometimes we double upload just like this video right here. So, by all means, if you guys are interested in content and, you want to stay notified on when it goes live, hit that bell. And last but not least, I do go ahead and stream pretty much daily, besides Sundays, of course, over on a Kick. So if you guys want to check that out, I have a link to that channel down in the description of this video. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, just very quickly, I do want to touch upon this topic because I didn't want to make a full video about this, so I'm going to add it into this one right here, but it's about the chainsaw that Sledgehammer has introduced into Modern Warfare 3. I have to go ahead and make a correction and get it out there so people do, know the truth about this thing. When I was currently using that attachment, I had throwing knives equipped on my class. So stupidly, instead of, thinking of taking throwing knives off, I kept them on my class with the chainsaw equipped. And when I went to go ahead and try to, just do a regular melee attack, it did the panic knife because, obviously when you have a throwing knife in your inventory, it panic knives for you. So obviously after going ahead and, removing the throwing knife from my class, it finally worked normally. And you can actually one-shot people with the chainsaw. And it's kind of fun. I have a few clips to go ahead and showcase to you guys. So the underbarrel attachment apparently is for like riot shields, I guess. But I don't really, I still don't find it very, I just feel like the underbarrel attachment, the reason why I had so much hate for it in that video is because I had to use that. I didn't know that I can just simply, melee without a throwing knife on my class and it will work properly. I thought I had to go ahead and equip it, toggle it on. And that version of it is just so bad. Hopefully they go ahead and work that up. But of course, with that pushed aside, it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. I'm pretty happy with how Sledgehammer has been handling a lot of these aftermarket parts. They've been kind of fun recently, and this one is definitely going to, top off the charts as well because, honestly, I haven't really enjoyed shotguns that much this year, and I don't really use shotguns that often. Usually I'm an SMG, AR type of guy, but when the map really calls for it, and, Call of Duty games where shotguns are very dominant, you notice, you know for a fact that if you use an SMG, it's done. There's absolutely no chance of survival. Modern Warfare 2 2022, I actually used the shotguns a lot on the smaller maps because they were just simply insane. The pump action, absurd. But in Modern Warfare 3, it's kind of different. Like, really, this game is made for ARs, SMGs, and kind of fast-paced movement. Again, I enjoy it personally. I know everybody has mixed opinions about it, but I still think the gameplay is pretty enjoyable. But again, back to the main topic, the shotguns aren't really that fantastic in this game. But this little conversion kit here actually works wonders. As you can see right here, it's called, again, the Jack Mag Lift Kit. And with this kit, basically, it's going to increase your ammo count. You're going to be having over 60 bullets in this thing, ladies and gentlemen. That is just absolutely absurd for a shotgun. Now, it's not really going to be too crazy when it comes to range, but that's perfectly fine in my personal opinion, even though, as you can see, it does have a damage range increase. But at the same time, it reduces the damage overall of the whole gun. And also the reload quickness is reduced as well. But honestly, while you're looking at the cons, it doesn't hit this gun that much. I'll be real with you guys. For the first time in a long time, Sledgehammer has introduced a conversion kit that it makes the core gun better. Like, I can't imagine using the Haymaker at all anymore without this conversion kit. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Whereas all the other conversion kits that have introduced into this game, I can 1010% look past them and say, yeah, it's cool, it's quirky, but I'm not really going to go ahead and, only use this. Sometimes the underbarrels, like that chainsaw, like I said, it's kind of funny sometimes, and it's actually pretty useful. But when it comes to the conversion kits that are actually changing the form and how the weapons are used and, what play styles you should be using with them, none of them really stick. They're fun, but they don't really stick. This sticks. Again, the fire rate increases, you get tons of ammo, the damage range increases a little bit, even though, again, the damage is reduced, and at the same time, it has good recoil control. It is a demon machine. I'll show you guys my exact class setup here. Again, this is all personalized for me personally, and I do use mouse and keyboard. I want to make it very clear when it comes to class setups, I hope people keep in mind that, mouse and keyboard and controller, I feel like metas change depending on what, input that you use when you're playing this game. Seriously, they really do. I know some mouse and keyboard players that use completely different attachments compared to controller players, and they both play very well. So, keep in mind these attachments might not be the best for you. So tweak them at your own will, but I still think that it's decked out pretty dang nicely. And the quirky part about this weapon now is that every single time you let go of the trigger, it's going to shoot again. So basically consider every single time that you shoot, you're shooting twice. You shoot once when you hit the trigger, and then when you let go of the trigger, it shoots again. So while you're spamming this thing, instead of basically the haymaker shooting one shot, back to back, every single time is do-do, but extraordinarily fast. And it just makes it an absolute demon. It turns this thing into a close-quartered engagement, absolute, like I said, demon. I don't want to be on the opposite end. I'll say that. And honestly, I feel like Warzone on Vondel, this thing is going to just be absolutely absurd. I didn't even think of that until just now. And honestly, I don't really dabble in Warzone as much as multiplayer. I've been trying to get a little bit more into it so I can make content, but again, I love multiplayer. That's what I like about COD. But man, looking at Vondel, I mean, seriously, I know shotguns were already insane on that map, but having something like this? Are you kidding me? When in just all close-quartered buildings is just insane. But for multiplayer, though, I feel like this is going to be more balanced. Warzone, this might become a problem, and I can see some nerfs in the future. But for multiplayer, like I said, this is like for a shotgun. I didn't think a shotgun was going to be like one of my personal favorites when it comes to conversions. Maybe it's not my personal favorite. There are some good conversion kits in this game, don't get me wrong, but the most useful conversion kit, it's pretty dang solid, and I did not expect it out of a shotgun. It basically makes the base version of this gun outstanding without making it too stupidly overpowered. You're not going to be really beaming people at range and cross-mapping people with the shotgun. You're still going to have to strategically play this game and try to cut your corners and make sure your engagements are up close and personal, which is going to take some time, some practice. You're also going to have to be pretty picky when it comes to map selection as well, because certain maps just aren't going to cater for this thing unless you want to just camp like absolutely no tomorrow. But every small map in this game is just going to, oh my god, this thing is going to take over all the small maps. Maybe not Rust. Rust is a little bit more of a... I know everybody says it's an up-close and personal map. I always consider Rust an AR-style map. It's a lot of long ranges. But Shipment, this thing is going to dominate. Meat, this thing is going to dominate. Stash House, like seriously. This gun is just superb. And I can also see on maps like Terminal, for example, there's a lot of routes you could probably run this weapon on Terminal. And, other Underpass, for example, as well. Underpass has a ton of fantastic routes you could probably go ahead and run this thing. But the point to be made is that you could use this thing like a shotgun on many different maps without it being, once again, too overpowered, where people on the opposite end are saying, what the hell just happened? But you just feel like an absolute badass. That's the best way I can put it. When they said in the description that this thing is amazing for clearing rooms and stuff like that, they weren't joking around. Like I said, you feel like a badass going from room to room, just blasting with this thing, and it never ends. Like I said, it's 60 plus bullets in this thing. You just keep going and going and going and going. And up close, honestly, the damage is superb. Again, I understand they said that the damage range was buffed up on it. I can't really tell. I still think the best way to handle this thing is close to partial medium ranges, depending on what type of situation you get yourself in. But if you're up close and personal, you're going to get some one taps with this thing. So I mean, like I said, you never have to reload. On small maps, OBJ game modes, you can even just circulate around B flag or, hang close and hang tight to the hardpoint locations and just absolutely mow down spawns and never worry about having to get another mag in. Like, this is a great conversion kit, and like I said, it's a perfect in-between of not having it too overpowered, but finding the right spot at making it fun, giving it a clear direction, a clear idea of what this conversion kit is all about, what you want the consumer to go ahead and do with it, and have it be fun. Like I said, make you feel like a badass while going ahead and using it. So, Sledgehammer, seriously, bravo. In my opinion, this is a fantastic aftermarket part, and I can't wait to see what the future holds. Again, I love it. You know, some of them miss. I'm not going to lie. I don't really enjoy all the aftermarket parts because obviously you see some of them I don't even bother covering on this channel because some of them, like I said, I just don't care. But at the end of the day, I appreciate this stuff. Yeah, I know everybody says this isn't the best live service COD that we've had, but I still think it is. I really do. Is it great to be in live service? No, I don't think live service is fantastic yet at all. But compared to the previous games with live service, yeah, this is the most content that we've gotten consistently. Like I said, there's something to grind for every single week, whether it's an attachment that completely changes a gun and almost adds a brand new gun into the experience, basically, adding in new camos that are fun to grind for and, you know, go ahead and rock within the game. It's something to do every time I log in, and that is something that I appreciate. But, of course, go down in the comment section, leave your opinions down below about how you feel about this conversion kit. Have you unlocked it yet? Have you not unlocked it? And if you did unlock it, what do you think? Is it fun? Is it bad? I feel like people are going to judge it because they're not going to be able to beam people across the map. But, like I said, if you just focus on making sure you're up close and personal, whoo, it is just, it's crazy. You know, your sprint to fire speeds are going to be a little bit rough, especially depending on how you deck out your weapon. But if you're prepped and you're good to go, you're going to be blasting people for days. You know what I'm saying? You're just going to be absolutely blasting. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell if you want to be notified for more content just like this. And last but not least, if you do want to catch my live streams, I do that over on Kick. You can find a link to that channel down in the description of this video. But as always, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.